Hey YouTube, Mike here, that Tankless guy. How we all doing today? I hope we all had a nice, safe, and productive week. Okay, yes, I know I missed last week, but last week, my son, my worker, and I, on Tuesday went out to Orlando, and we went to Navion's level, I think they call it level 4 training. It was about 6-7 hours. I videoed it, and it incorporated the Navion unit, the NPE, and there was another gentleman by the name of TW from Terrington Supply, which is my gas supplier. He came down and did gas pipe sizing and regulators. It was a very, very interesting class, and I actually took part in helping them with the training. So today, let me get this Amazon box out of the way because I stored stuff in there. Today, Navion sent me a whole load of their extra, let's see, what do they call it? Their accessories. So if you go on to their website, or if you look on their manual or their brochures, you can get this for those of you excuse me, with businesses, with plumbing or gas businesses out there that get and pick up the Navion units from your distributor. You can get this laminated card. It's NPE, gets all the model numbers, ratings, BTUs, but on the bottom here is all their accessories that you can add to the Navion unit, whether it would be the NPE or the NPN. Now, there's not a lot of accessories for the NPN. That's their non-condensing, because it's like a basic unit. But for the NPE unit, the condensing unit, this one right here, there's a lot of accessories. So, because of supply chain problems, they weren't able to send me everything. But as you could see, I got a considerable amount of product here. All right, so I'm just going to go over this. Now, I'm not going to put everything in the description below. What I'm going to put in the description below, besides my email, and you can email me and ask me for model numbers, I'm going to put the links that you can, the apps actually, that you can get from either, what is that, either Apple or Google, I don't know, Samsung, whatever Samsung is. You can get their app, which is actually their entire catalog and product line with their accessories. But we'll go over quick. You have the Wi-Fi controller, which is called the NaviLink. They make an H2 air kit, so it's like if you're going to combine it with an air handler. They make a remote control. They make 3 different valve kits. They make a standard 2-valve kit, so hot and cold relief. Then they make one that will go inside the valve cover box, and I'll show you that in a minute. Then they make a 3-valve kit for the NPE unit, because on the NPE unit, when we get to those videos, they actually have a separate 3/4-inch line that comes capped from the factory. And if you have a dedicated return line, you just hook it to that. No T's in the cold water, and you only need 1 check valve. Wow, what a bonus. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you could see the installs that I've done that have a dedicated return line. Then they have the Navi-cerc, which is their thermal bypass valve. Then they make a hot button, a remote button. They make 2 different, they have two different regular neutralizers and a commercial neutralizer. They make a 2 and a 3-inch wall plate. They make a peak flow anti-scale system, which we have. They make a common vent system. They make a cascade controller. They make a vent cap, a pipe cover, and a rack. Look at this rack. That is, I'm going to bring it over. I had to assemble that, but I'll go over that. But I'm going to actually do a video on this, because there is a couple of really important points to point out on that rack. And it took me, half an hour to put it together, but it's a very, very, very good heavy duty rack. Now, this rack, when I get it over, I'll explain everything to you. All right, we're gonna go with the pipe cover first since it's the biggest box. Basically, if you have a unit that's outside, you wanna be able to cover the piping, say like in a new rough, so you're roughing in a house where you take the dimensions of what the piping would be, the unit, piping below gas, electric, and then you can cover the bottom of the unit. So they're pipe cover. You have, so basically if you're looking at it like this, you have, and you don't want to drop them like that and scratch them up. So those are the sides. Very well packed. I mean, they're styrofoam. And then, of course, you have an instruction sheet with screws, and then your front cover, which actually matches the profile of the Navien unit. So it basically covers the piping below the unit, so you don't see it. And then it's got brackets, a nice instruction sheet. That's why I want to get rid of these big ones first, so we can get into. All right, so that's the pipe cover. Again, message me, and I will send you the model numbers of the pieces. Now, the next thing we have here is the outside hood. Now, on Navien units, on their NPE model, so their condensing model, their interior, so if you look at the unit, and again, we're going to be doing this in about 3 more videos, say 3 more videos, and then we're going to start on the NPE. You see the unit, it just comes with 2 2-inch, 1 vent, and 1 air intake. So again, the same way, it's got the center is the vent, and the pipe. So if you're looking at it, with pipe to the left would be your air intake. Well, there's no exterior model. You're going to take an interior model, and you're going to install one of these. Now, on that unit, like I showed you on the NPN model, it has the vent safety switch. The NPE model has the same thing. On the 2-inch, the pipe has to be inserted 3 inches. So as you can see here, you have your exhaust, which is exhaust out the front here, and then you have your air intake right there. Because this thing gets slipped over the top of the unit, and as you can see, you got a bolt hole here and a bolt hole there, and inside this box, I just want to grab this, this bag, you have 2 stainless steel screws with instructions. So you just put a little bit of water on this, and you push this straight down over. It covers the front door, everything. There's 2 matching nuts built into the frame of the NPE unit, and you just use those 2 screws and tighten it up, and Bob's your uncle. So that is the vent hood. So you're basically, when you buy a Navien, especially an NPE unit, so their condensing model, it comes natural gas, and it has the propane conversion kit. If you keep one of them on your truck with one of these hoods, you can go and install for 4 different types of installation. Natural gas inside, outside, propane inside, outside. 1 unit. till you see the parts, kids. The parts are gonna blow you away when I go over the parts. Okay, the next thing they make is they make this descaler. It's a filter. Now, I have not opened this. So we always put a filter on when we install tankless heaters with well water. And basically this is a high-end water filter. Comes with a wrench. It comes with 2 bushings that go from 1 inch to 3/4. Of course, it comes with an instruction sheet, and it comes with a white, like that color, bracket. And this is where, this is the part, the side that the unit gets mounted, and this gets mounted to the wall. And you have 4 legs and 4 bolts to mount this unit to the wall. Now we'll take a quick look at the unit. There it is. So it has the pressure relief, so that when the customer's gonna change it, you shut the water off, you can push this button, it relieves the pressure. This is how this mounts right to the wall. 1 inch, we got 1 inch inlet, 1 inch outlet, which you can reduce it down to 3/4. A very heavy polymer top, I can tell you that right now. And I install these a lot with Pelican. It's a very similar filter. And then you have their descale, which is removable, and you can replace it. And it's just a push on. It's not a screw on. And it has a medium in it. This end up towards cap. New. Look at that. So it has this type of medium in it. And then again, it's got some notes. Tells you what it is. O-ring. And that's your descaler. I mean, it's heavy duty. We have one similar with the Pelican, or Pentair now, and the top is not as heavy as this. And I suggest plastic. If you want to do like say CPVC, Uponor, PEX, you can adapt to that. But I highly recommend using the those bushings that come with the unit. Okay. Now, the next thing we have here, we'll go and we'll do I'll do their common vent. Now, on tankless heaters, if you have more than one, you're going to basically, so if you have 2, you can actually bring 2 inch up, put them together to 3 inch and go out. So it's common venting. So you're going to use this collar. Then it has, this is actually the cascade cable to connect one unit to the other. You can do multiple units. I think it was 35 units together. Put them together. And you have a bank of units. So if you see here, I'll take out this manual quick. We'll go quick just to show you. Because I'm going to go over this separately. You see, it's common venting. They give you a nice instruction. I did it already. I've already used this on one job in a hotel for a laundry room. And then you have the jumper that will jump out the safety switch. Because you're not inserting nothing into it. This here is now going to go on into the exhaust. And then you're going to 2 inch will come up, and again, it's got a clamp to clamp it down. Again, we'll go through this all in very good detail when the time comes. but that is the common vent. And again, it comes with one cascade cable. And basically, cascade means that you're taking two units, you're putting them together, and they're going to talk to each other. All right, we're going to go with the Navi-cerc. Now, as you know from my other videos with thermal bypass valve, it goes on the farthest fixture. I have a couple of videos on it with the Grumpus one, but look at the size of this thing. You get mounting for mollies and screws. You get an instruction sheet, but look at the size of this Navi-cerc or thermal bypass valve. And the beauty about it is it's cleanable. You can remove it and clean it. So you're mounting it, again, self-explanatory. You're not mounting it this way. It's going to be mounted, boom, right up against the wall. And then you have your, and it says right on it, hot in, cold, hot out, cold out. So your hot's coming in, your cold's coming in, your hot's going up to the sink, your cold's going up to the sink, and that's where your magic is happening with the thermal bypass valve. And again, it's cleanable, so that if you do get a malfunction, you can take it out, take it apart, clean it. You do not have to throw it in the garbage. Now, Navion's system will work with pretty much anybody's thermal bypass valve. It'll work with the Grumpus valve. It'll work with the Apollo valve. It'll work with the Zern valve. I keep dropping this thing and it ain't gonna work at all. But I find this valve, because it's cleanable, and there's other ones that are also cleanable, I like using the company's products. All right. This here is the Escutcheon kit. You're actually going to get one of these in with the NPE unit. You're going to get two screens, which you're going to have to provide the stainless steel screws. Remember, do not glue these in. They fit right into 2-inch PVC fittings. One for the exhaust, one for the air intake. Then you're going to get 4 Escutcheons, and you're going to get some screws, and there's dimples on the Escutcheons where you can screw them to, and it fits 2-inch pipe, almost perfect, and a little cork. Bob's your uncle. So this is the Escutcheon kit. They also make it for 3-inch. But like I said, this kit you're getting with every NPE unit. No instructions, pretty much self-explanatory. All right, controllers. There's remote controllers that you can purchase separately, so that you can then, because every Navion comes with a controller. So the interior model of the NPN unit has one. The exterior has one behind the door. And then the NPE model, remember, it's one, inside, outside, has a waterproof controller right on the front. But sometimes you don't want to have your customer, go outside to swap things out. So they pretty much look the same, but they are different. And this is a Navion controller. It has a mounting plate. So you're going to bring the wire in, mount this to the box, put your wire through, and then it mounts right on to the box. Same with this one. Comes with screws, and it comes with 25 feet of cable. Now, if you got to run more, you can, and this is what we had to do. We had to cut both ends off, throw this away. Okay, this end here goes in to there, and again, it's got a little clip to undo it. So you're going to need this end for inside the house and this end for outside. This gets plugged into the side of the PC board or the actual controller that's there. There's a 2-prong and a 5-prong. The 5-prong is for, you'll see in a minute, that's the Wi-Fi, and then you have this one for the controller, and then you can run 18.2 to the actual inside, so that you can then extend the wires and give the people a controller inside the house. I'll put this away. And the wiring for both controllers, this one is for the NPE model, because that's going to have the Navi-cerc capability on it, so that you can have it talk to each other, so that you can do your recirculation. All right, now their NaviLink. It's their Wi-Fi controller. Now, this Wi-Fi controller is set up pretty much just like a router. Look what you get in the box. You get a mounting plate. So you can mount it to a box on the wall or mount it to the wall with toggles. I always suggest mounting it to a box. It's a lot neater. You get an antenna. You get, it's almost like it's a 4-wire. I forget the name of this. It's like the telephone or communications or Wi-Fi type of wire. Oh God, I can't remember the name of it. But and I think there's about 20 feet on here. And then you get a plug. It's a powered unit. You get an instruction manual, which is really not that, it's not a big instruction manual. And then you get the actual controller. Look at this. It's got 3 channels, Wi-Fi pickup and power. So this is what's mounted to the wall. Your power, your channel, your inlet that goes to the unit, and your antenna. I've only done one of these so far, and it was not bad to set up. Not bad at all to set up. We did have to call customer tech line to have them give us a hand setting it up. He did have a little problem with his Wi-Fi password, which is pretty much inherent. Remember, these things are going in a garage, and you know what? How much good Wi-Fi is in a garage? I don't know. I mean, I had one unit we did where we hooked up a Wi-Fi, and this guy was a real techie, and he had very good Wi-Fi in his garage. So that was the only really like blessing we had with the Wi-Fi. But with the power, with the antenna, just because of we didn't have a problem with his password. It probably would have taken about 30 minutes with calling up tech support. All right, let me show you this monster here. This is their rack. It comes in, let me get the box. I didn't break the box up to show you. It comes in this box. It is quite heavy. So it's packed in this box, just like this. Now, you can buy 3, 4, 5 of these things. It has to weigh, I would say, close to 40 pounds. But this is their rack system. There's the feet. It's got 2 little L brackets and then 2 angle brackets. It has 2 holes in the back, 2 holes in the front to leg it to the floor. There's plastic caps front and back and 2 plastic caps on the top. So you're getting 2 feet, you're getting 2 brackets in a bag, 2 brackets in a bag. Those 4 angle brackets, there's 2 in the front, 2 in the back, in a bag. 2 of those angle brackets at the top and 4 of those angle brackets in the middle. But the unit, you get this bag, you actually get an Allen key, you get some extra screws. The unit, this is right now set up for an NPE model. That's the condensing model. That has a bigger footprint. So you're going to use this bolt here and that bolt because it comes with a bracket that you hang the tankless on. There is not a top bracket built onto these. So you have to mount the bracket to the wall first, or the 2x4, level it, and then you pick the unit up, you hang it, and then you put screws on the bottom. So you're going to omit the center screw, and you're going to use these 2 screws. Then you're going to use bolts for the bottom that they come with. If it's going to be an NPN model, right now we're using the bottom holes. You're going to use the top holes on both sides, which brings this up so that you can now hang the NPE model, excuse me, the NPN model on it. And you're going to use, with that model, it has bracket built in on the top, bracket built in on the bottom. Normally we put a center screw on the 2x4, we pick it up, we hang it, we level it, we put 2 screws in the top, 2 screws in the bottom, Bob's your uncle. Well, here, you put this on, you hang the unit, you use this hole and this hole, or you can use this hole, and then with this is up more, you can actually use this bolt here, and you can use that bolt and that bolt to bolt the unit to the rack system. Now, the beauty about this is that say you're going to put 3 or 4 of the condensing, say, NPE 240, their big model. You're going to put it in, say, commercial laundry, and it needs 4 units. Well, you can buy 4 of these, and if you look, you can actually mount another unit on the back. Center hole, 2 end holes, center hole, 2 end holes, and look where my bolts are coming through. So you can buy 2 of these with 4 units, boom, boom. And then do your vent, do your piping, Bob's your uncle. So you can actually back-to-back these units without a problem. Just lag this thing to the floor, it'll never move. This thing is so sturdy, you could actually buy another one and use it as a squat rack with like 1,000 pounds. It is very, very, very heavy. So the unit, now you can opt not to do back-to-back. I mean, say you have to get this close to a wall, you don't have the convenience of space, you put 4 of these in, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. The actual bar is 2-inch by 2-inch steel, powder coated. Very nicely powder coated. That's just dirt. I bang these things around. Everything on it is 2x2 steel. Very nice. Very nice rack system. Now I just got to find a place to put it, because I'm done with it. I'm probably going to be using this as my demo, and I'm going to throw 2 casters on it, heavy duty locking casters. It'll bring it up a little bit, and then I can hang my units on this instead of the wood. And I just hung this here for now, because I'm actually going to go do a separate video on this. Alrighty. Oh, let me just show you one other thing. Also, the beauty about this is the manual that will come with the NPE unit. And there's even double-sided tape on the back of it so that you can peel it and stick it right to the unit if you wanted to. But you get a user information manual, you get your warranty, then you have your installation manual, which is like a Bible, but it is in another language. And inside of this Bible is actually the accessories. Then you get the operations manual. I'm sorry, this is the manual. So you have one manual that you can keep and one manual that you can leave for your customer. This is the NPE model, the condensing. Then for the NPN model, you get an installation and operations manual, user's manual, again, one you keep, one you give to the customer, and the full warranty paper. Now, I highly recommend that you go on and register. Once you take the class, you register, and you can actually go on and register the units online, just like everybody else, when you install a unit. All right. I want to screw this up so I don't see the different model numbers. All right, YouTube. Again, my email is going to be below for questions, and my I will also show you know, what you need to get off of what the name is for the different apps that you can download and have all of their stuff, manuals. You can have even a sizer, you get parts, troubleshooting, everything. Alrighty? Okay, the school is doing quite well. I had another 3 students come for the 6-hour training. If you're interested in the training, you just have to get here, message me in the email. I'll let you know how much it would be per person and what you get, and we'll set up a date when you can come to the studio and get your classes. All right, YouTube? Again, I'd like to thank everybody for all of the likes and subscribes, those questions, those comments. They're unbelievable. Thank you very much. And you all be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.